Hello, everyone. Digital marketing is pretty much going to be the word of this decade. But any successful campaign is built by implementing concepts with the right strategy. So, in this video, let's understand what is digital marketing, which will help us build on our agenda, which is to learn about inbound and outbound marketing strategies. Let's get started. I'm Krati Pandey, and I'm currently a student of MBA at Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, Kolkata. I'm also associated with Super Heuristics, which is a marketing blog for the MBAs. Super Heuristics is a platform providing quality content to much sought answers by MBA students. They have some great blogs, free ebooks, suggestions for courses in fields of marketing and analytics, which are both relevant for today's industry and also work as guidance in your career development process. With that, we start our discussion for this video. We can state very simply that digital marketing is the application of internet and related digital technologies to achieve marketing objectives of a firm. Digital mediums of marketing have been there since quite a long time. Upon the 1990s, marketing was primarily done through television and radio. With the evolution of internet, mobile, and various tech and social media giants, new resources were born which could be used to stay closer to the customer. But why talk so much about digital marketing? It's not that traditional forms of marketing are dead. Is it because everyone around us is talking about it? So then why are they talking about it? It's because digital marketing is the emotions of a business in today's world. We all know that the language of business is money, but the emotions or how businesses try to express themselves is marketing. And digital media is what these businesses are using to express themselves. This is majorly because of these few reasons. First, you want to be where your customers are present. That's one pledge that each marketer abides by. A typical Indian adult spends close to 1 hour 40 minutes every day on some or the other form of social media. There are close to 40,000 search engine queries on Google every second, and that's not at all a surprise. It makes complete sense to bring what your business has got on a platform that is visited by customers every second. It is easy to identify customer personas and then build personalized campaigns which are more effective than mass marketing strategies by traditional digital media. Secondly, the cost. Now, we all know resources are always scant. Digital marketing can help on cost effectiveness on two fronts. On one hand, it helps you choose your campaign cost based on analytical foresights. On the other hand, you pay only for measurable results. The only cost with digital marketing is time. You have to give it due time. But then there are tactics like PPC, paid ads, and social media campaigns that are way quicker. With tactics like SEO and link building, which are done free of cost, even businesses with weaker financial backing can fight with giants in the industry. From the perspective of reach, it has abilities to even surpass traditional marketing. This you can understand simply by the fact that mobile has penetrated to almost all homes. So, if not with something big, the companies can reach out to you with their promotional push notifications. That is how digital marketing has leveled the playing field. Digital marketing is the most measurable form of marketing. From the customer's entry into your sales funnel till their exit, there are metrics to measure the effectiveness of your efforts. These metrics also help you identify at what stage of the funnel are your customers dropping their journey with you, and hence it is possible to make necessary modifications to your strategy. With that established, let us have a look at some of the options that we have in order to explore digital marketing. A wide range of options, each with its own advantages and reservations, are available. Do tell us in the comments if you want a separate piece from us on what strategy suits which type of business and at which stage of a business. We would be happy to bring something up for you. Before moving to our main agenda for this video, which is to discuss strategies, it is important to understand what are the channels available to implement those. It's commonplace today that when we talk about channels for marketing, we talk about three main types that marketers use to form their strategies. Owned media is the media that the brand itself owns. If you talk of why this particular kind of media is required, is to increase the presence of the brand. The reason you indulge through this channel is simply that you want to stay connected to your customer always and for long. These are the platforms through which you regularly talk to your customers. Some examples would be your own website or the app that you own, the blogs that you publish, or even the LinkedIn and various social media handles that you manage. The next channel is paid media, and as the name suggests, firms have to pay for this channel. This channel is generally taken keeping in mind that the business is seeking ROI in near future. Firms pay for visitors, clicks, and conversions for them to reach more scale. Some common types are pay-per-click, display ads, influencer marketing, and retargeting. The third type is earned media, which is an ideal scenario that businesses want to achieve. It is when customers start to promote your products. Like I said, it is an ideal state and customers consider this most credible. Being highly subjective, it's hard to measure as compared to the other two channels, as the other ones are easily measurable. Bloggers, word of mouth, and social networks are some channels that fit in this category. When it comes to implementing these concepts in business, it is important to strategize and then proceed with putting them in action. There are essentially two distinct strategies that marketers use in order to reach their prospects: inbound and outbound marketing. Let's explore them in detail. Simply put, inbound marketing is magnetic. These are marketing tactics that are done when the customer has a need and you have a product or service that can cater to that need. Think of it this way. There are customers wanting to buy, say, laptop skin. They go to Google and type in their search keywords. With inbound marketing, companies make sure that they can appear among the first search results so that they can attract prospective customers. On the other hand, outbound marketing is when you have a product or service that the customer is not aware of. That is, there is no prevailing need for that particular product or service. You reach out to the customer with your offering. Let's say a firm comes up with shoes with, let's say, boosters attached to give you that extra kick while running. No customer would be looking out for these shoes. So you have to make them aware that such a product exists. That is when you appear in their Facebook feed with an engaging ad such that the customer is now aware of your product. That is how outbound marketing works. What are businesses trying to achieve through inbound marketing? If we summarize what businesses are trying to achieve through inbound marketing strategies, they are trying to pull customers in. Through inbound marketing, you try to attract your best prospects in, those who already have the need and are actively looking for a product that you can offer. Your focus is to be visible to your prospects and then move along with them in their buying journey. At the same time, what are your prospects doing? They are researching your industry and evaluating all the offerings that are visible to them. They are making up their mind to consider one website of the many that are making similar offerings. It's a story in making, just these two entities have to find each other. Now let's try to understand what are businesses trying to do through outbound marketing. In outbound marketing, businesses try to reach masses. In this strategy, the brand is pushed out. You try to get your message delivered to a large number of people in order to make them aware and create need for your product or service. Generally, brands don't take permission before doing this promotion. It's pretty much intrusive. What are your prospects doing? They are simply watching their favorite shows on television or watching a comedy gig on YouTube. They are simply doing nothing to reach out for your product or service. Knowing that inbound marketing is all about being found naturally rather than aggressively, I have listed down a few tactics in inbound marketing. This list is not an exhaustive one, but is comprehensive enough for you to get an idea about inbound marketing tactics. Every tactic has its own advantages and usage at different levels of the sales funnel. If you, as marketers, need to implement these tactics, you must be aware of some of the characteristics of this marketing strategy. 1. Inbound marketing is about taking permission from your prospect and then proceeding with persuasion. When a prospect visits your site and there is a pop up to either subscribe to their newsletter or adding you to their mailing list, the prospect willingly puts in that email address and then starts receiving communication from the company. Inbound marketing is target segment driven and is customer focused. You market to those who are looking for similar products or service. Whenever you search through Amazon for a product and your Facebook newsfeed is filled with ads for that particular product, that's retargeting tactic working in the backend. As most of the methods you see on this slide are digital, inbound marketing is measurable. It is easy to measure what the customers are liking and not liking, and then accordingly modifying your strategy. Because of the fact that inbound marketing is about communicating to the target market and then moving along with the prospects through their buying process, inbound marketing guarantees more conversions as compared to traditional outbound practices. This slide here presents some of the widely used outbound practices. Outbound marketing, as we have already established till now, is intrusive. A brand does not take permission from the viewer before showing their commercial. Because here the process is inverted. It's you who have to knock at the customer's door rather than vice versa. Outbound marketing relies on one-way communication where the communication is to masses. It is a strategy good enough for broadening the sales funnel. The one-way communication is only about the brand offering the product. It is quite difficult to measure outbound marketing efforts, though digital marketing technology is solving this issue and we can now measure some of these efforts, such as in Facebook ads and pay-per-click model. You can very well compare outbound marketing to direct sales, where the firms reach out to someone without even knowing that he or she is a qualified lead or not. With this, we come to our last segment. No understanding is deep-rooted until you are able to apply it on a case problem. After all, as marketing managers of a firm, you will be required to take these strategic decisions for your firm. So let's check our understanding. Do pause the video and give it a thought. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. The scenario here is you are the marketing manager of a firm that needs to sell the following products: two-wheelers with roof, organic juice mask maker for skincare, Indian pickles in America, and a new mobile phone. What will be your composition of inbound and outbound marketing strategies? I will share my perspective with you. Here's my first perspective, which I tried to put in a matrix. On the vertical axis, visualize the market of the product under discussion. On the horizontal axis, we will try to visualize whether the product is a new product or it already exists in the market. Let's categorize all the products that are mentioned in the question according to whether it is a new product or an existing product, or whether the market for the product is new or existent. First, we have a new market and a new product. If we analyze, we can put the fruit juice mask maker in this category. The market for skincare equipment is fairly new, and the product is a new entrant. Outbound marketing component, according to me, should be very high for the reason that you need to tell your prospects of the existence of such a product and generate a need for the product. Inbound marketing Focus, on the other hand, would be quite low as the customers lack awareness. Hence, they won't be coming on the search engine looking out for your product. Next, we have a new product that has to be launched in an existing market. We can put the two-wheeler with roof in this category. You need a high outbound marketing component in order to inform the prospects what differentiates you from the already existing products in the market. Inbound marketing component has to be very high in order to appear if a prospect searches for two-wheelers online. You should appear amongst the first results so that the prospects start taking interest in your product. Notice one thing, that the components are being used for a different motive in each segment. Then we have an existing product that needs to be launched in a new market. Now think about it. Americans have an existent need for pickles, but for the Indian pickles, this is a completely new market. Outbound marketing is required to create interest for Indian pickles. Inbound marketing quotient is fairly high as Indian business would want that if anybody in America goes on to search for pickles to buy online, would see the Indian offerings and be tempted to explore them. Lastly, we come to introduction of a product already existing in an already existent market. Let's say Samsung comes up with a new phone. So they would need to tell the customer how this phone that they are offering competes with the other options available. Inbound marketing certainly has to be very high because the goal will be to appear amongst the first results when the customer searches for a phone, or more precisely, a Samsung phone. That here is one approach to reach the decision. That is one approach to reach the decision. Another approach would be to see the solution from a financial perspective. If we see this matrix here, we understand that there are free and paid options of both inbound and outbound marketing strategies. If the marketing budget is strict, tactics like SEO and link building do wonders to bring your name on the first page. If the business is seeking an outbound strategy that comes free of cost, they can go for social media organic ads and even rely on sending out emails. According to our marketing budget and the business's requirement, we can choose from these alternatives and achieve our objective. So, with that, I'll conclude this fruitful discussion. I hope you enjoyed it. We have some articles on our blog on digital marketing, the links of which I have attached in the description below. Feel free to check them out and do provide your reviews. As an ending note, I would leave you with something that I would love to have your opinion on. The question is, do you think that there is a scope of personalization in outbound marketing, keeping its intrusive nature in mind, like we discussed, and how can that be done? Please feel free to interact in the comments. Thank you for listening and have a good day.